family? It is TeraChantelle, and Amber Rose just broke the internet. She has stirred up the pot and everyone is in a frenzy. Everyone is fissing and fussing and so upset by her decision to consciously dedicate her life to singlehood, to being single. And the girlies are waking up for me. They are waking up for me, and I just love to see it. Amber Rose is a Libra, and I honestly feel like I can just relate to her with this whole new paradigm that she has truly just awakened to. Because as a Libra, or just as a woman period, we tend to put ourselves on the back burner when it comes to these relationships. So we have never gotten the taste to ever put ourselves first, to ever be selfish, to have boundaries, and to say no. But once you step into this boldness and you step into this singlehood, you're gonna love it here. And Amber Rose truly loves it here. We can learn a lot from Amber Rose because of her experiences. She has been married, she has been dating, she had a little boyfriend, she had relationships. So she been through the ringer. They put her through the ringer. And every single time, someone was her biggest downfalls. Someone always entangled her with drama. So imagine once you take yourself out of the equation, you take yourself out of the drama, you take yourself out of the chaos, you take yourself out of other people's mess that they got going on. They childhood trauma, they childhood wounds, and you stop being the person they have to blame. You get out of the way so they can no longer blame you for anything. That will show you a different way of living. Most of the time you get into these relationships with unhealed trauma, hurt wounds, childhood wounds. We searching for mommy and daddy out of a partner. So now we always blaming our partner or whoever we're in a relationship with because of how we feel. When we are single, we truly have to take full accountability for how we feel. We understand as being a single individual, no one can make you happy. No one can make you sad. No one can make you feel embarrassed, shame, for none of that, because you are in control of your own happiness. You are in control of your own life. I love this quote. You are the captain of your own ship. Once you decide to drive your car, once you decide to start actually taking full accountability for your life, full responsibility for your life, once you know what you want out of life, you start to set things up for you to work in your favor. Everything starts aligning. Everything starts to fall into place. But if you don't know yourself, you don't know what you want out of life, then you will constantly just follow this rat race. You will constantly follow this matrix. And a lot of us did that. We think that happiness is out there. It's in a relationship. It's in college. It's in a job. It's in marriage. We think that because that's what we have been fed, what we have been told. But none of us, most of us, never has ever taken the time to sit with your own thoughts in stillness and in love and by yourself, to actually think for yourself. Once I actually did this for myself, I've been single for now 7 years. That's how much I love it here. And it's truly a dedication. I am committed to bettering myself, self-discovery, healing, and learning about me. And the only way I can truly learn about me is not be distracted by dating, not be distracted by relationships, and not putting people involved in what I got going on in my life. This journey is personal for me. If I want to ascend to my highest self, I cannot operate from my flesh. And most of these relationships are strictly operating in their flesh, in their ego, because of this transactional, because we have to share fluids in our DNA and our bodies. So now we feel possessiveness. Now we're trying to control other people. Now we want to emotionally dump on these people. We have to get our own feelings in check. And this is what singlehood is all about, taking full accountability for your life. And now you realize that happiness is everywhere, because happiness first starts within. You create your own happiness. And I just applaud Amber Rose for this awakening that she has and is having. She has truly been about women empowerment from the jump, okay? The slut walk truly represents how people will call us labels and all this stuff. You know, they call me that I'm gonna be single and alone. She just owned the labels that people were dishing out and trying to bully and harass her with. Instead of crying about it, she was like, let me just make some money off of this, and made it into a whole brand. That's how you flip things to work into your favor. That's how to really do a power play and a power move, because the only reason why women are associated with these derogatory terms and labels is because if you sleep with a whole bunch of men. So imagine if you don't sleep with men, what can they call you? But they will still find ways to call you, because they calling me an old maid, an old lady, and I'm gonna be old and rotten and all this stuff. But guess what? When you enjoy your solitude, you're okay with that. You're okay with being called all different types of names. It's fear-mongering, and you just have to give these people love, because they're probably really miserable. Misery loves company. Get that.
Have you seen a difference?
With girls, maybe.
With women?
Yeah.
Right.
Guys, not so much.
No.
It's worse than ever.
I totally agree with that, which is like,
yeah.
How?
They're pretty disgusting out here. Yeah.
They're filthy.
They're fucking gross.
So,
like, I want to be single for the rest of my life.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
It's scary.
No,
It's really, really scary. Mm-hmm. So, are you dating right now?
No, not really. I don't want penis. I don't want to share my house or my life with anyone.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone around my kids. I don't want to have sex.
You don't?
No.
Have you
I'm
ever?
fine with being by myself too.
Oh. See, that's something I don't understand. I'm like one of those people I cannot be alone.
Really?
No, and I need to work on it.
I'm very happy to like not share my bed with anyone.
And the last thing that really struck out to me with this podcast, when she was speaking with this host said, I can't be alone. Said how they are afraid of just simply sleeping alone, because Amber Rose stated boldly, I don't want to share. I don't want to live with nobody. I don't want to sleep with nobody. I don't want to have sex. I like being alone. I like being in my own space, my own life, and not even being entangled with anybody's mess and attached to that. Most people will call that selfish, because we have been programmed that, oh, you have to find somebody romantically to sleep in the same bed with you at this big age. What about privacy? Some people actually enjoy privacy. Some people actually enjoy a quiet night. Some people actually enjoy just thinking for themselves and actually moving how they want to move. Some people snore when they sleep. Some people are loud sleepers. And imagine that you are putting yourself through this because you are married or in a relationship and you really want to sleep alone. We are not following our true self by compromising, by actually not being honest with ourselves. The best thing I ever did was just be honest with y'all. How I love being single. I am celibate and I love it, and how peaceful my life is. And I truly have no desire to shift towards this matrix, to operate from my flesh. I'm not operating in my ego. And when I do, I have to check that and not get offended, not take things personal. This is a constant process when you are dedicated to yourself, when you are ascending towards your highest self. It's not just a one and done with this healing thing. Okay, and now Amber Rose finally is taking time for herself. She's finally deciding to focus on herself and heal. That's what being single is all about, is doing the inner work within yourself, shedding the layers from childhood trauma, reparenting yourself, taking full accountability, no more victim blaming. That is what being single is when you're doing the inner work. You're not entertaining people, you're not having sex, you're actually focusing on yourself. And finally, Amber Rose is taking this huge leap, and I want us all to learn from that, because she has so many experiences with dating, with relationships. She's like, I've been there, done that. It didn't get me far. It just gave me a headache, a heartache, and all other type of stuff. So imagine when we learn from people and we grow with people, and now we won't put ourselves in situations that will cause us harm, that will cause us pain. So I'm gonna learn from Amber's mistakes and not do it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about singlehood? How do you feel about being alone? How do you feel about choosing life that works for you? And what does it actually look like for you? What do you want out of life? Tell me in the comments. I know I asked a lot of questions, but I'm very interested because this life is so beautiful and it all depends on how you choose to live it.